Well, that stinks. Let's hope I got some footage before that happened. I see more indications of digging at the base. Camera's at 107, 109, 111, 113, 114. All right. And down to 95. It was a hot enough day. There just wasn't much activity out there. Everything was in hiding. So let's see what happens with a little shade. Ground squirrel. Skunk. Skunk again. Cottontail. Only 59 degrees inside the camera by contrast to yesterday. So we got the early morning critters. And that is a tree squirrel in the background. I am finding tree squirrels to be on camera only in the morning. And there is a ground squirrel. The ground squirrels spend a pretty good amount of time over underneath that log in the background there. Note the sun catching the webbing that is in the yarrow. Note the birds attracted to the yarrow in the hopes that the yarrow is attracting life. It's interesting. The spider is an insect, potential prey of the bird, but the spider has to set up in the yarrow to catch his own prey. There goes a lizard. Okay, there's a tree squirrel again. It's 75 degrees, so I guess it's still fairly early. The coloring on that squirrel looks red. If that's correct, then it is not a native gray squirrel. More interest in the plant and the surrounding soil from the birds. Ground squirrel digs and flattens. I mean, he just turned himself into a carpet. What's he sniffing? That ground squirrel is still flattened and looking around. As other people on here have observed, this could be temperature regulation. As I have pointed out, where I've removed the invasive plants is pretty much the only location where there is soil to flatten out on. Now he really got flat. I think that's even flatter than the previous shot. I think you could make an argument either way toward temperature regulation or leaving scent behind. But the shade and the lack of soil to flatten oneself in out there. Definitely lends one to believe perhaps this is a temperature thing. Just plain enjoying being able to flatten out on the soil. He is really flat. He or she, I really don't know. A little dig and a little reflatten. Still there. Now I'm speeding things up. All right. And another flattening. Flattening the other direction. They're staying there pretty good. Wow. Blend in pretty darn well. Hello, beautiful bird. And flatten. Flatten and sniff. Sniffing the Yarrow. Still sniffing. Boy, when they're gone fast. A little flattening. Camera temperature is at 93. 98. That ground squirrel appears to have different markings interacting with the soil over next to the log instead of the Yarrow. All kinds of gray on the neck and upper back. Kind of a scrawny jay. I don't know. Just looks a little scrawny to me. Ground squirrel, what you gonna do? There's a little dig and a little flatten. There's a lot of that happening. Rabbit. That squirrel has swollen looking jowls. Not necessarily looking like it's filled with food, just different looking than the other ground squirrels. Here we have a very beautiful rabbit. Looks like a young rabbit. I don't know how to tell that. It just looks young compared to the gray cottontails that have been out there. Very interested in the smell on the Yarrow. Look at that nose between the plants just working. Is he nibbling? Is he actually taking bites? I know it seems like they are, but there's just not that much plant missing. Skunk is our regular night visitor. Not much else at night. Have not seen raccoons or possums. Early morning, 57 degrees inside the camera. And once again, we have a tree squirrel. Now we have a gray squirrel. Still early morning. Look at the webbing inside the Yarrow. It's beautiful. Oh, look at the friendly exchange between these two. Oh, look at this. Dig and flatten. Oops, accidentally. There we go. I guess I'm super nerdy, but I find this interesting. And yes, the camera is still running. He's just holding still and staring straight forward. All right. He put that plant in his mouth and didn't eat it. Let's take a look again. That is the lowest. Well, it's not the lowest, but it's right next to his mouth. Mouth opens. And it's all still there. It's like he's tasting with his mouth. Well, smelling with his mouth, I guess is what I meant to say. Hey, maybe he's tasting the plant. Maybe he's tasting scent. He's getting a better sense of scent with his mouth rather than just his nose. Now a little grooming. Let's not have another year of mites. It's nice to have a little shade to take care of yourself in. Oh my, he's busy. Just a full grooming session here. 91 in the camera. Come on, computer. Keep up. 98, 100. Boy, that Yarrow was really taking a beating out there, but surviving. Ground squirrel right up in the camera. Definitely doing some digging. That's pretty close to the base of the plant. Oh, yeah. A little dirt bath. And another great shot of the ground squirrel seemingly eating a plant, but not eating it. Shall we take a look again? Alright, look before he starts. Okay. Take a good look at the plant. Now remember that. He pulls some down. It's the same amount of plant. Okay, we're getting right down in there again. Really getting in there. Yet so far, it has not been a problem for the plant. And I did make a note while I was filming today when I went to pick up the cameras and give some water that it did look dug out around the plant. I guess that was this guy. Whoa, he looks like he's really getting in there. It would make me worried, except that at this point, well, that definitely looks like a little scent drop or something. And a flattening. Look at him reach his arms out. I gotta get a shot of that again. Of that arm. And And we have our young rabbit back again. Oh, rabbit's digging. Hey, that's ground squirrel territory. I guess not. Rabbit is interested. Oh, wow. A little scent rolling. Just laying on the ground like a bikini model. Sniffing. Getting a good sniff. Wow, this is interesting. I think it's interesting. Is this rabbit confusing species or just saying, you know what, I'm going to use this Forget you guys. Gotta drop my own scent here. And ground squirrels there. It's like, what in the hell is that? That doesn't smell right. Looks like I finally ran out of storage on the third night. Well, that was pretty worth it. Alright, now we've got wide angle of the same Yarrow plant. Remember, I cleared out more plants, leaving more soil, and then watered it. Ugh. So dry out there. See how long it takes for that soil to stop looking damp. Oh, well, hello. He just plopped himself into the camera. Oh, that's the rabbit. That's the rabbit that dropped itself into the plant, too. I don't think I got this shot on the other camera. There's that body drag. Look at that shot. Hips out to the side, head turned up, ears up. Oh, just like that, it's night. Well, the skunk is not worried about the light. Oh, there's our tree squirrel, not a ground squirrel. Everybody's interested in this territory. 129 inside of this camera that did not have the advantage of being in the shade. $132 now. The webbing and the Yarrow is showing up nicely now. And the sun's dropping. Camera is to 87. Hello, rabbit. Very curious, rabbit. Boy, is that a set? Why are you so interested? I wish I'd planted 100 of these now.
That's the only Yarrow there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know what it is. They like it. They're attracted to it.
That's that shot where I thought for sure he was eating it, but then the plant was still there.
He ate a leaf and just saw it go into its mouth.
Oh, it did go in his mouth, and then he didn't swallow it, according to the other angle. Sure looks like he's eating.
That leaf just went.
Yeah, I didn't get that on the other angle. El Skunko, our consistent nighttime visitor. And in the morning, we have the tree squirrel again. Temperature in the camera is only 53. We got quite the package on him, too. And there's a ground squirrel by contrast.
No package.
Yeah, you get that tail clean. Did you see the beautiful webbing?
Mm-hmm.
57 degrees. Oh, and that was the tree squirrel messing up my cam. Thanks.